Bill, I'm here. Where you at, bro? Bill, where you at, dude? Bill, where the hell are you at, bro? We gotta get this shit done. Where is this little skinny fucker? Bill, are you in there? Bill? Where the fuck are you, Bill? Bill, where are you, bro? We don't have time for this. I don't have all day to do this. I've got to get this done, get home. My wife's waiting on me. I swear, dude, if you're fucking not dying, I'm going to be so pissed. Where the hell are you? I don't know where the fuck this guy is. What the fuck, man? It's already like 5:40. Where the hell did you come from?
I've been here.
Dude, I've been calling you. Why aren't you answering me?
That's a good question.
Well?
I have no answer.
Are you ready to do this?
Oh, of course, of course.
All right, help me set the table up. Let's get to this.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? This is BroncoJuggalo, and I'm coming back at you again today with my best friend,
Bill.
We're here to discuss the second part of our Friday the 13th entry. Today we are covering Friday the 13th, numero dos.
But we forgot something last time, didn't we?
Yes, we did, Bill. I'm sorry to say we did.
Shame on us.
Yeah, we fucked up, guys, you know.
I promised I wouldn't, too.
Yeah, I told you not to fuck up. But,
And you're still being a little bitch about it.
I'm trying to be nice here, man. I really am. You know, but fuck you.
Yeah, I fucked up.
So, we forgot to do our favorite kills of the movie. And that's something we're going to do at the end of each film. So, Bill, what was your favorite kill from Friday the 13th Part 1?
My favorite kill was when Pamela Voorhees got her head cut off. I thought that it looked really good. And I love the thing that with her hands going like this when she's falling down.
Definitely awesome acting, great physical acting on the part of Betsy Palmer.
Yes.
My favorite kill was the kill of Kevin Bacon's character. I believe his name was Jeff in the movie.
Bacon.
Yep, Mr. Bacon.
Delicious.
I love the arrow through the throat. I thought it was absolutely awesome. So that's it, guys. That was our favorite kills from the first film, and we're sorry we forgot those. We'll try to do better next time. And It's his job to remind me of this shit, so...
But I'm very forgetful.
Yeah, I'll just, beat him or something later when nobody's looking. We got a gimp mask in the back. You know how it is.
That sounded really bad.
Yeah. Sorry. No homo. Anyways, Friday the 13th Part 2 came out in 1981. It was directed by Steve Miner. It stars Amy Steele as Ginny. It brings back Adrienne King as Alice. And it stars Steve, I'm so going to mess this name up, Dowkowitz, I think. Dowkowitz. Something like that. But everybody called him Steve Dash at the time. He was even credited later on as Steve Dash, even though in the credits for the film he's credited as Steve Dowkowitz or whatever his name is. So that is our Jason. Getting on with the synopsis. There is a nearby summer camp, and the camp counselors are gathering to fix it up, and they decide to go exploring, and they find and disturb Camp Blood. Bad idea. Because there is a grown-up Jason Voorhees on the loose, on a rampage, and looking for revenge.
Wait a minute, we got something wrong here.
What's that?
Jason Voorhees is in this, but not the way we know him, love him today. Boing. He's wearing something that kind of looked like this.
It's Baghead.
I know it's not white
Jason.
like the bag he was wearing, but...
Well, that's okay. We didn't want to cut up a pillowcase or something.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know? I mean, you know how pillowcases are. They're real handy to have around.
Yeah.
You know, tying people up, suffocations, things like that, you know.
And it's also good for when you need to get rid of little bits and pieces.
That's true. A couple cool and interesting facts about this film are there was actually a nude scene that got cut from this film because it turns out the actress that plays Sandra, who is supposed to be full frontally nude in this film, was underage at the time. The makers of the film did not know it. She was underage, and therefore, when they found out, they had to cut the scene from the film.
Yeah, and I know it only had to cut that, but to get the R rating, they had to axe a few things too.
Yeah, which actually brings up one of your points that you didn't like in the film.
Yeah.
During one of the kills.
It's my con, is some of the kills. It just cuts away, and like the spear kill. The spear kill would have been way better if they would have showed him actually sticking it straight through him. It would have been a 2-for-1 special. But instead of showing it, they show the part where it's under the bed, hitting the floor. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Even in, like the original Halloween, there was a lot of, not so much cutaway kills, but there wasn't a lot of blood and gore used because they wanted you to kind of use your imagination. But in this, it was just that they were trying to get that R rating because they were not going to get an R rating. They wanted to rate this NC-17. And that would not have been good for the film. It couldn't have been seen by a lot of people. So they did. They had to cut out a lot of things that were considered too hot at the time, I guess. Too hard and too hardcore at the time, too. So
yeah, they should see movies nowadays.
Yeah, this movie these days would be rated PG-13. I'm shocked that it's still rated. I'm shocked they haven't redid that. Another interesting fact about this is there is a bit of miscommunication and debate amongst fans about the kill count. We have a person that dies at the end of this film, but we're not sure if he dies or not.
That's Paul.
Yep, Paul, Jenny's boyfriend, or
you don't see him die. Yeah.
But you don't know if he died or if he didn't die. Some fans argue he did, some fans argue he didn't. But in part 3, there is a newscast that does not include him in the kill count. So, did he die? Did he not? There's a big debate amongst fans whether he did or not.
That might have been something that just, like you said, in part 3 they didn't mention it. So it could be something that just kind of got forgot.
Could be. You never know. And when you change directors and you change screenwriters and things, some of these things do get lost in translation, I guess.
Fall through the cracks.
Jumping right into our pros and cons, we're going to start off with the pros today. And a big pro for me, as usual with this series, is the music. Once again, beautifully done by Henry Manfredi. And there's actually some awesome facts here about the music and the kill count that even I didn't notice until Bill pointed it out.
There's a Jaws montage in here.
Redo that. Jaws homage.
Homage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Homage, yeah.
There's a Jaws homage. Right?
Homage.
Yeah. Yes, there's a Jaws homage.
When the super hot blonde girl, because we can't remember her name right now, goes down to the lake and decides to go for a midnight skinny dip, they start playing, your typical Jason sound and your, exactly. And then in between those is cut the sound from Jaws, the dun 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 dun. It's very faint. I never noticed it until he pointed it out.
It's
and
there.
Then we sat here and I looked at it right up here by the TV, and there it is.
And I told him, wait, in between the you'll hear the Jaws.
So definitely a great homage to a great film.
All right. One of my pros for this film is the diversity of weapons that Jason Voorhees uses to either kill people or try to kill them with. Now, we all know him, the beloved machete, and he does use it in this one.
Man, you sure hold that with a lot of ease and skill. Why is that?
No reason. No reason at all. Now, anyways, there are other things he uses. He uses a strand of barbed wire to kill Ralph the Town Nut.
One of only 2 of the original characters.
Yes, I kind of think that it's Jason getting revenge for Mommy. You got Alice, she was the first kill. Revenge for Mommy. And now you got poor Ralph, the Town Nut, strangled to death with barbed wire. He was the second kill.
And he was trying to warn everybody away, and maybe Jason didn't want people warned away.
Yeah. Or he could have just been in the wrong place at the wrong time. In fact, in the movie, he was kind of acting like a peeping Tom when he got killed.
Yeah, it was a little creepy.
Yeah.
Did you go to school with that guy? Oh, wait, no, never mind. You're not old enough.
No. But Ralph did come out of the closet again, but he was dead at this time. So he sort of fell out of the closet. But anyways, as far as the weapons go, he used a lot of different ones, which I love. It's a good pro for me because it just shows that he, kind of like you said, he was a hunter.
As we discussed in the first 4 movies, Jason wasn't just some lumbering zombie with a machete. He used a lot of different methods, a lot of different tools. He hunted his prey. He was quick on his feet. And yes, you could tell Jason is a little bit mentally retarded, but there's some things he knew a lot about, like living in the woods for one, and things like that. Okay. How to trap people, how to do with this thing,
Building his own shelter.
Exactly. Or that, or taking over one that was there before.
Yeah.
My next pro is the creativity of the kills. I really thought this had some great kills in it. The wheelchair kill, where the guy gets the machete to the face and then he goes all the way down the steps.
I wish they would have showed him go all the way to the bottom and not just cut to that still, though.
Yeah, and like you said, they're in maybe some of the cuts they had to take out.
That might have been.
Because of the R rating, to get the R rating.
Yeah.
So, but I did enjoy a lot of the creativity in them. And not just the creativity. In some of the kills, they were very simplistic, but they were very effective. And I just really enjoyed that. I thought it was a very cool way to do things.
Like the claw hammer to the head.
Yeah, very simplistic, but simple. It really worked. Or like the ice pick to the temple. I thought that was really cool. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the Michael Myers putting the needle in the nurse's head from Halloween 2. But it was a very cool kill. And that's one of my big pros is the creativity of the kills. Some of their executions, due to trying to get that lower rating like Bill was talking about, may have put a damper on some things, but it still worked.
All right. My next pro, which was one of the cons we both had in the last film, was the lighting. The lighting in the night scenes is way better this time. We can see what's going on almost all the time in the night.
My next pro is also a pro that we share, and that is our final girl, Jenny.
Yeah.
Contrary to a lot of people's opinions, we both hated Alice. She is boring. She is dull. She's lifeless. I mean, it reminds me of fucking a corpse.
I wouldn't have gone that far, but okay.
Well, sorry. I guess I should have kept that one to myself.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
But in this situation, we have a brand new final girl, and not only is she not lifeless, she is very interesting, and she's smart. The way she tricked Jason into believing that she was Jason's mother by putting on the sweater was a stroke of genius. Yeah. It makes her basically, it really does make her one of the best final girls in this series.
She was very good. Now, that brings me to another one of my pros. It was in that scene where she's tricking Jason. I love how it kind of looks like a shrine to Mommy, and all the kills that he killed in this movie, he put them right around Mommy's head. Sort of offering to her.
Yeah, it was definitely good. I mean, the cinematography in this film was awesome. The set designs were awesome. The placement, like you said, of the bodies, that was just a stroke of genius.
Yep.
This guy, Steve Miner, he knew what he was doing. He was a pretty good director for this, for this genre, for this film. We could have done a lot worse. And believe me, in this series, we will get a lot worse.
Unfortunately.
My final pro is the effects in the film. Like we said, there was some cutaways and some cutouts of the film. We should just call them that. They were basically cut out of the film.
Yeah.
to get the R rating and to cover up some controversy. But the special effects in this film, while it was not Tom Savini, sad to say, because Tom Savini didn't want to do this movie. He didn't think that it should go past the first one. He did not like the idea of a grown-up Jason. A lot of people don't know that. He didn't like the idea. But the effects were still really cool. And like when the guy gets hit with the claw hammer, it looked really good. It really sounded meaty and chunky, like it just sunk right into his head. Very thick. Yeah. The machete to the face and the guy rolling down the stairs, the stunt work was good, and the machete to the face kill was
That
cool.
was probably my favorite out of that, was that machete to the face.
Yeah, that was an awesome one.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I mean, the effects were, like I said, it wasn't Tom Savini, but it was still pretty good. So I think that's it for all of our pros. Let's get into our cons.
What's your first con?
My first con in this film is honestly a bit of a franchise con, the continuity. At the end of the original, Jason is a little boy. This one is based just a couple years later and he's an adult. Was that ending real? Was it a dream? We don't know. It was
a dream. I'm saying it's a dream. That's my opinion.
Now we cut to him being a full-grown adult and going further into the series, which we'll get into in the next review. There's a little bit of continuity problems there too. But also, like, okay, when Jason kills Alice at the very beginning of the film.
Where is Alice?
Where is she? Is she close by to where he could walk to her? Did he go all the way across the country and then get back in time to kill the counselors?
Because, if she had any common sense, she wouldn't stay anywhere near there.
Yeah, but, I mean, who knows? What can I say? It just bothers me.
I can see what you're saying there. It kind of goes back to, some people kind of think Jason has teleporting powers. Yeah. I've actually heard this before.
Right.
And with the continuity the way it is, it does kind of seem like he does.
Yeah, it seems like that, but it's supposed to be a realistic movie, so obviously that's not happening.
Yeah.
I mean, just, I don't know. Like I said, they could have explained some of that a little bit better, Did Jason get a cab? Did he,
cab.
Did he flag down the nearest bus? Did he hitchhike? Did he show some leg and get a ride? I mean, what happened? I mean, I get that they wanted to kill her off. Another cool fact about that I forgot about earlier. After the end of the first film, the chick that played Alice, Adrienne King, was getting stalked by an obsessed fan. So when it came to this film, she said she wanted her role as small as possible, but she also demanded a huge salary, which I thought was kind of diva-ish to me.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not like freaking Jamie Lee Curtis or something.
I mean, this is a horror film. Yeah. Come on. You're not famous yet.
And like I said, she wasn't even like a big famous person in horror.
Yeah, but even Jamie Lee back then, when she did Prom Night and Halloween, she wasn't famous.
But now she also, by this time, she had Halloween 2, Prom Night, and a couple other films already under her belt.
Yeah.
And she had, the pedigree of being from a Hollywood family as it was.
That is true.
So, but I mean, you can see some people, I don't see why she could demand a bigger salary, but hey, whatever. Nope. And like I said, I didn't think she was good. So.
Yeah. All right. I already said one of my cons, which was the cutting of the kill scenes, but we already went over this. They had to do it to get the rated R rating. I thought the spear scene could have been way better. So I'm going to get into my second con. And that was Jason's white bag over his head.
You didn't like Baghead Jason?
No. Did not like Baghead Jason. And in fact, I don't think you could get away with it in this day and age because it was white. It was a white bag. Jeez, KKK anybody?
Yeah, probably. I never saw it as that. I mean, early 80s film. I always figure, maybe it's just a pillowcase or something that was laying around. Yeah. Who knows, but you're right. These days, somebody would cry foul probably. Well, yeah. In the remake, he did still have, it was kind of I don't remember, was it a burlap or was it kind of a whitish, dirty, brown looking bag on the film before he gets his mask?
Yeah. And again, sorry we didn't use a pillowcase. We kind of need those.
Hey, I thought this worked. It worked.
Yeah, it works.
Beer break.
Beer break.
That's good.
Actually did go through there.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, you could have just lifted it up.
No.
Just a little bit.
No, that's okay. I'm good.
Things make for great hiding spots.
Yes, they do.
Going into my next con, we have what is going to be a con in a lot of these films, so I'm sorry if I sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but the secondary characters, once again, completely uninteresting. You had good-looking people, good-looking girls. If you're into guys, and I'm not, but if you're a chick, they're good-looking guys. So, you kind of got that stereotypical cookie-cutter horror movie secondary characters. No development, really. The one guy in this film had some development. The guy in the wheelchair.
Oh,
he was a football player who got injured, and now he's in a wheelchair.
Motorcycle accident.
Yep, he was in a motorcycle accident. And that's the only character development we got on any of the characters.
And he's talked about not developing anything. If you remember in the scene where they're outside having dinner, all of a sudden there's this one guy that, where did he come from?
Yeah,
he wasn't in the rest of the movie.
And in fact, in the credits, it has a different listing. It says primary counselors and then secondary counselors.
Yeah.
Like the people that just didn't even come back. They went off to the bar that night and they didn't even show back up.
I'm talking about this guy that wasn't in any of the other scenes. He was the only African American of the counselors.
Yeah, he was the only black dude in the whole movie.
And
my last con in the film is the ending. Once again, we get the same kind of ending we had in the first. We get a dream ending. And
maybe a dream ending.
Is it a dream ending? Is it a real ending? Did Paul die? Did Paul not die? What's going on here? Okay, in the first movie, it's cool. In the first movie, it was unexpected.
Yeah.
Now,
she wakes up in the hospital. But then it's almost the exact same thing at the end here. Instead of waking up in a hospital, she's waking up being put into an ambulance to go to a hospital.
Mm-hmm. And you're like, okay, so did what just happen? Was that a dream? Was it not a dream? And it's just confusing. Jason, did he... Well, you know what? We'll get into that in the next review. That's something that gets overused in this series a little bit. They do it at least one more time after this that we can go into, but we're going to wait until those films before we discuss it. So.
Yes.
All right, Bill, let's wrap this up. What was your favorite kill?
Well, my favorite kill is the same as yours. It's the wheelchair kill. The machete to the face, going down the stairs. I might have said the spear kill if it didn't get cut the way it did.
Right.
But, yeah, I'd have to go with the wheelchair.
Definitely the wheelchair kill. And for me, a close runner-up is a very simplistic kill. When he takes the claw hammer and he sinks it right into the back of the cop's head. Absolutely love that. And it showed how quick Jason was on his feet. Did you see how fast he ran across the road when the cop saw him?
Oh, yeah.
Well, anyways, guys, that's about it. It's time to wrap it up. This is BroncoJuggalo and Bill. And we're saying, see you later.
Later, guys.
And by the way, next time, don't be late.
Oh, don't worry, I will. I'll get you next time.
What?
Nothing. But like I said, I hate this freaking thing.
Bye-bye, Baghead Jason.
Thank God.
Come back next week, folks, to see where Jason gets his most iconic feature.
Oh.
Hey, you double G-A-L-O.